My name's Dick Davidson, and I'm the CFO of GitKraken. Well, this is really the biggest part of our business right now, is figuring out how to change what we've been to what we want to be. If you look at our business, say 3 or 4 years ago, fundamentally, our product was sold to individuals who were software engineers working for companies or working individually. But there really wasn't the concept of them working together collaboratively to actually succeed together in using our product. So now, as we've gone through a transformation and we're really starting to address the needs not only of individuals, but of them as part of a team, we've had to radically alter the way we go to market, the way we introduce our product, what our feature set is, and ultimately how we actually monetize those features. So it's been a big change for us. So the question is, how do we stay ahead of the curve on subscriptions with the subscription market changing so radically? You know, we are really fortunate in that our customers are actually we operate in a world where we have the customers who are very much like our developers. And so first thing we do when we build a product is go to our internal development team and say, would you use this, or how would you use this, right? And so it really helps to bring that out into the marketplace for us to already know that our hardest customers, our hardest tests, already work for us, right? So they then, in turn, look at the world that they operate in every day and start to suggest ways that we can actually start to make them more productive. And then the job is to then go out and talk to customers and start to get their view of what they're gonna need in order to take advantage of some of the features or capabilities that our engineers are already identifying. So how do we grow efficiently, and how do we think about growing efficiently? For us, it really starts with our customers and which customers are going to value what we have the most. You know, there was a time when we would go offer our customers to everybody in the market, and we would price it so that everyone would go buy it. While that was a really nice way to go build a base and start to learn about the features and capabilities that our customers might want, what it wasn't was particularly efficient. And so as we sort of move forward, we're really looking hard at who our ideal customer is, what they're going to want, how we actually go after them, and then we're coming up with all sorts of ways to make sure that we have a conversation with them really specifically about what they're going to need from us. That's not to say that we don't covet every customer and that we want to have offerings available to the broad set of our market, but for us, efficient growth means efficient growth to the targeted customers that we're looking for. So fostering innovation and adaptability is funny. You know, I've been in all kinds of companies, and so when I joined GitKraken a few years ago, I had to laugh because, you know, we all have shared sites. We have Slack or, you know, other places where people share information, and I couldn't believe how much information our engineers were sharing about what they were doing in their spare time, in the time that they were spending working on things that interested them, right? That's still related to technology and oftentimes related to things that were going to be important to us in our product. So the most important thing we can do is really allow our engineers the time and the energy and the ability to go focus on those things that are going to be most interesting for them, and then make sure that, you know, in their interest levels, the things that are going to be important to our customers is covered. But, you know, there's no way we could ever legislate to a bunch of people to go be creative, to be thoughtful, to think about customers, and to come up with technological solutions that are going to be meaningful for them. So what we do is say, you tell us what you want. You know, long story short, if we look at GitKraken today, GitKraken, the product that's now, you know, worth many millions of dollars, came out of a 30-day, you guys figure out what you feel like building and let us know. And ultimately, the resulting product has become something that is being used by over, you know, 200,000 paying customers, and frankly has over 3 million sort of overall customers, both paid and non-paid. Well, the first thing that Chargebee was able to do for us was really simplify how we interacted with our back office. When we made the decision to implement Chargebee, it came with the decision to eliminate probably 80% of the ecosystem that had been built up around our historic or legacy sort of go-to-market models. So Chargebee was able to both help us do that but establish a really, really easy to use back office ecosystem, right? That allowed that simplification to work without having significant intervention from our engineering team or our finance team. So by simplifying all of that for us, but still having a very robust back office capability that allows us to deal with lots of things that our customers can come up with, right? It allows our team to free their time to focus on the most important thing, which is to make our customers happy. Anytime you make a significant change in your billing system, and you got to remember this was running 24/7 for us and was 80% of our revenue getting transitioned in basically one day. Okay, so the first thing that happened is I sort of woke up with the fear of what was going to occur when I turned the system on gone, because the system had continued to function, billings and revenue were coming in the door. And so that was good news in that all of our testing and all the work that had gone into that transition was ultimately successful, right? And then of course there's a burn-in period where you're spending the first 30, 60, 90, 120 days covering to make sure that everything was working the way you expected it to. And I can tell you that the number of times we had to reach out to Chargebee to actually get a question answer to go figure out if something was working the way it was intended went from probably once a day to within a week. We were down to about once a week. And after a month, it was kind of every once in a while. So, once the level of, sort of education around how the system was going to operate had sort of gotten to the point where our team was really capable of using it, we no longer were reaching out to the implementation team and pretty much could tell them to go shut down. So I wouldn't say there was a minute that it happened, but I think there was a pretty quick realization that the things that we needed to have work were working the way we expected them to. And that's really what you hope for. As I look at the Chargebee platform, it's been a great platform for us because, there was a big evolution that we had to go through in order to make this platform successful. And, as an organization, it hit us at a point in time when we were ready to make that transition, right? But it allowed us to actually take the next level up in what we were really trying to go do. Now, as an organization, we still have to keep moving up the ladder, and you guys are going to be doing that with us as well. But I think by and large, it's been an awesome journey for us and really forced the maturing of our organization around what capabilities we wanted to have and how we were going to maintain them.